Hello, class. Happy virtual day. I hope you guys are enjoying your day at home. We certainly miss you here at school. Hopefully, we'll all be together sooner than later. Um, just as a reminder, we do have our first test coming up over chapter one and chapter two. That'll be Monday or Tuesday, depending on when you are in class. Um, for Friday, your virtual day will basically just be going over all the PowerPoint presentations, all the reteach assignments, and all the other assignments. All of that is going to be fair game for the test. Obviously, if you need to reach me, don't be afraid to shoot me a remind message or an email. Um, Today's lesson is kind of going over a lot of basic stuff you've probably learned in middle school history classes or social studies classes here, but it's important to kind of build up this kind of law to when we get to business law here in the next few chapters. So the first thing we're going to go over today is the three branches of government. So there are three branches of government: the legislative, the judicial, and the executive. They all run checks and balances on each other. The legislative branch is the one that makes the laws, or the Congress. The Senate, which is two members from each state, and the House of Representatives, which is based on population. Um, both branches are elected. The Senate gets 6 terms. The House of Representatives get 2 terms. The executive branch is the president and vice president. The president can check the legislative branch by vetoing laws passed by Congress, and Congress can overturn the president by 2/3 vote of the House and Senate. The president also appoints the judges to the Supreme Court with the Senate approval. The judicial branch is headed by the Supreme Court. They decide if statutes are constitutional, and they determine if actions by either the executive or legislative branch have exceeded their powers. We can change the Constitution. That is what amendments are. There are two ways to propose an amendment. The first one is a 2/3 majority vote in the Senate or House, or the states can call a convention, and if 2/3 of states want to amend the Constitution, then they can. And then any amendment has to be ratified by 3/4 of the states. So a lot of people consider the United States a pure democracy, and we are not. A pure democracy is when every adult citizen votes on all issues. As an adult citizen, I can say that would be a huge pain, so I'm glad we are not a pure democracy. But instead, we are a republic representative democracy, which means we elect our representatives to vote for us. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's not, but I still say it's better than me having to vote on every little thing. The sovereign, though, power remains with the people, which means if we don't like what our representatives are doing, we elect someone else. State sovereignty is given to us in the 10th Amendment. It governs our own people within our borders. It is regulated by interstate commerce, which is business and contract law, which we'll get to in a couple weeks. The 14th Amendment limits state power, saying states cannot deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process. Just on a side note, I am really glad to be talking to you guys and teaching without a mask. This is a lot better. But you know what? If we have to wear a mask to be in person, then you know what? It's still better than doing this online all the time. All right, cyber law. So this is where things start to get a little tricky, right? Because the internet is everywhere. Who controls it, right? So laws that govern use of computers and e-commerce and the internet. The big issues, jurisdiction again, who regulates it, who is going to police this. Trademarks and copyrights. If you put something online, and it's not trademark, it can be stolen real easily. Contracts are the same way. Contracts aren't necessarily binding if they were just online. There's a ton of privacy issues. Obscenity is obviously a big one. Defamation, we've all we've all heard of the trolls, right? Security and just crime in general. Legal issues in cyberspace. So again, it's constantly changing. We haven't been able to really figure this one out yet. Since the internet is decentralized, it's hard to maintain control over it. Who has the jurisdiction? Can the state hear the case? We kind of base this on two considerations. Does the state in which it's filed have the long arm statute? Or would this be violating the defendant's First Amendment rights? An international jurisdiction is governed by an international commerce law, but that doesn't always apply to the internet. So the Communications Decency Act, it was passed in 1996 by Congress to control the knowing transmittal of obscene material through the internet. The problem with this is the term indecent is ambiguous, and therefore it was declared unconstitutional. And federal judges declared it unconstitutional because they said it violated the defendant's freedom of speech. And that is it. Hey guys, again, if I see you Thursday in person, we can go over this more. Just make sure you're doing these reteach assignments, because I promise you most of the stuff that's going to be on the test Monday or Tuesday are going to be directly from those. Okay, so make sure you know your vocabulary. Make sure you're doing the other assignments. That way you can kind of see like real life examples of what we're teaching. And again, if you have any questions, email me, shoot me a remind message, get with me in class, and we will get it taken care of. All right, guys, I'll see you. Have a great day.